G'day all, it's Colin from PCTLC and thanks for joining me. In this video we're going to be having a look at DiamondLinux TT. I was watching Dennis from Life, Home and My Linux Journeys. And Dennis does some good install videos. They're long, but I don't mind that. I like to watch everything that he does. Normally when I watch a video, I watch the whole thing through. I like to do that. Unless I haven't got time, I'll come back to it. And I noticed that the developer made a comment here on Dennis's channel. And I was looking at the comment and I was intrigued by what he said with the advanced folder. Because Dennis was looking for the software during his video and looking around, while he was looking around for these applications here. He couldn't find them. And the developer says they are not installed by default. They are not free software. To install them, please refer to the advanced folder. Everything will become intuitive there. So it sort of had me intrigued. This is DiamondLinux, based on Deviant. Its origin is Germany. It uses the KDE Plasma desktop. So I'm going to run through a very quick install. And then we're going to take a look at this advanced folder. So let's check out DiamondLinux. We have some options here. Install OS XGA, recommended. Install OS SXGA. Install OS VGA Expert. I'm just going to go to the top one here, live image. Let's do that first. So here we are on the desktop. Might take some time to get used to that background. So let's install. So using the Calamares installer, which is what Dennis was showing in his video. So I'm just going to quickly run through it. This is not an install video as such, but you can get an idea of what the install's like just by going through it very quickly. American English for me, Australia Perth, English Australian and default. I'm just going to erase disk. It's a very quick install, and I'm running on legacy, not UEFI at this point. So it's going to install the bootloader to the master boot record, which is dev SDA. Any other partitions on that are made would be SDA1, SDA2, SDA3. SDA is just the whole disk. Okay, so that's what I'm going to use there. Let's continue. There's the summary of what it's going to do on the install. And let's install. Okay, that's the install complete. Let's restart that. And let's log into the desktop. And here we are on the desktop of DiamondLinux. Now I just want to know, let's have a look at about, because I'm pretty sure this menu up top here was gone from KDE Plasma a long time ago. So 5.1, 4.5. I'm trying to remember what Plasma we're up to currently. I can't remember what that menu is called, but unless he's added it back in, but 5.14 sounds like a fairly old Plasma desktop to me. Yes, Plasma's up to about 5.2, maybe 5.21. That would be the most up to date. I don't know what Kubuntu would be running. It's probably 5.2, maybe just before that. 5.14 is a fairly old Plasma desktop, but we are on Debian, so that's understandable. So I've just changed the menu. I can't remember the name of the full screen menu, cannot find it anywhere. But we pretty much need to do updates, so let's do that first. We need to run updates before we do anything. Oh, probably Discover, is it? Yeah, it's Discover. Just remember Dennis looked at Discover. There it is. 32 updates. And this looks like a fairly old version of Discover as well. So update all. Okay, so the system is up to date. That's the updates done. Now, I'm pretty sure Dennis was searching for, I can't remember what he was searching for. I think it might have been Virtualbox and a couple of other things, and he couldn't find it. I think in Discover you need to be in the Applications menu and then you search for certain things and you'll probably find them. But it's not there. I can't remember what else he was looking for. Search in Applications. So that's Virtualbox is not there. Yeah, the other one was Etcher. That's not there. He was also searching for Image Writer. So it doesn't matter whether I'm in Applications or Home, nothing's there. Because I've noticed that when you look in this box here, it says in faint text, search in Home. And I'm pretty sure I've searched in Discover before and could not find things searching, because you're only searching within the Home here. And then I've had to go to Applications and then found them. But in this case, the applications that Dennis was looking for is not there in either of those menus. So let's click on the Advanced folder here. And we've got Add-ons, Add-ons Setup, Config. Is this single click or double click? That's double click, okay. Software. So VirtualBox is here, Ocean Audio, installed, Tor browser, updates, help and forum. What's that one for? Alright, so this is a very interesting approach to installing software. So README, Microsoft Office 2007, Ocean Audio Setup, VirtualBox Setup, Rufus Setup. Well, let's check that out. So to install VirtualBox requires adding VirtualBox contrib repository and an internet connection. Do you want to continue? No, because I don't want to install VirtualBox inside VirtualBox. But that was the Rufus setup. Let's have a look at the Microsoft Office and see what that does. Requires an internet connection. Do you want to continue? Yes. So just as I suspected, it's installing Wine and Play on Linux. So that's what's happening here. So it looks like on my internet here, it's going to take almost an hour to install. Oh boy. So what I'm going to do is pause the video and come back when this is done. Okay, so the installation is complete. Didn't take anywhere near the hour. It took probably only 5 minutes, to be honest. So let's click the OK button there and let's check the menu. What have we got here? Office. All right, so we need to find where the where it's been installed to. Probably in Wine or something, isn't it? All right, so apparently Microsoft Office is installed, but I cannot find it anywhere. So let's do we're going to have to do a restart, I believe. Let's try that. I'll do a restart. I'll reboot and see what happens. Oh, there's some shortcuts on the desktop. Okay. Unfortunately, I rebooted. Okay, so we are back on the desktop. Let's check out Microsoft Excel 2007. So Wine's doing its stuff here, so it needs these things to get it running. So let's install. Load disk space. Okay. 89 megabytes left. I should have given it a bigger hard drive, shouldn't I? And there we go. We've got Microsoft Excel up and running. I don't want online help. Next. No, I don't want to install updates at the moment. Can we not? I don't want to use Microsoft Update. Finish that off. Okay. And that looks really nice. Let's see if the other ones run or we need to install something. No, it's all been installed, so that's all working. So I'm wondering how he's managed to get the So there's no templates there, is that right? Yeah, you probably need to do, okay, yeah. So now I've got a problem with an error in the wine. Seems to have crashed. Maybe I'll do a log out. I'll log out and log back in, I think. Log out. This error could more than likely be the issue with running out of space, I believe. That's probably what's happening there. So that's how the advanced folder works. I probably need to add reinstall with a bigger hard drive. It's only 20 gig. Obviously not enough for all that software, which is unfortunate. So I'm going to have to do another install, I believe. Okay, so I've reinstalled Diamond Linux with a 40 gig hard drive this time, as you can see. So hopefully we've got enough space to continue with the Microsoft Office install. Now, I did have a lot of errors before, and I think that was because of a lack of space, I'm pretty sure. We'll soon find out. So let's go to software. And let's do the Microsoft Office 2007 setup again. Okay, right here I had on the other install, on the other VirtualBox install, this was like an hour. It only took about 5 minutes, but this one seems to be running a lot better. So I don't know what the difference is. Maybe the internet speed. That's very rare for me to be getting almost 2 megabytes per second download anyway. Normally it's around about between 500 and 1000 kilobytes. On average 500 and something. So that's a pretty good speed there. And that is the installation complete. So we had Play on Linux there and Wine as well. Just like before, no errors, so that's good. Now hopefully once we open this up, we don't have the same issues as we did before. Oh yes, I forgot they're on the desktop. I almost forgot again, it's on the desktop. Unbelievable. Let's have a look. There's nothing, there's only LibreOffice in Office. Okay. So let's check it out. So it's going to be configuring Wine with Play on Linux. So let's install that. Used to do this many times back in the day and go through many failures, especially with Play on Linux and Wine. Now I'm not sure I got a second install done on the previous install. Probably at that point I'd run out of disk space, I would think. And there we go, Excel is up and running. And the Gecko installer is still running, so I'll let that complete before I do anything. Still downloading something anyway. Now that all seems to be working, but what happened was when I opened it in the previous install, it was working, but once I closed it, it wouldn't open back up again. That's why I just thought I'd let that Gecko installer finish off first, which is part of the Wine application. And there we go. So let's see if that's still working. Open it back up again. And it is. So you've got to enter your product key. Okay, let's just continue that. 24 times before you are required to enter a product key. Okay, so that's fair enough. You need a product key, no problem. I was wondering how we managed to get Microsoft Office in there. I was wondering how did he manage to get that in there, but now it's asking for a product key. That's fair enough. No, I don't want to enter product key now. Get online help. Keep your system running. No, we don't want that. Make Office better. No. I don't want online help either, so let's just skip that. Download and install updates from Microsoft Update. No. No. I don't want Microsoft updates. Thank you very much. Okay. All right, so that's that done. Let's go back to advanced software. Okay, let's try Ocean Audio. So that looks like it's a .deb file. Not sure why it's in the advanced though. Is that not available in the normal Debian repos maybe? I'm not sure. Possibly not. Okay, so that's Ocean Audio. I don't know if it's pronounced Ocean or Ocean. It'd have to be Ocean Audio, I think. Do you want to create Ocean Audio shortcut on desktop? If it's in here, then I won't bother. It's in there, so no, I don't want to do that. So Ocean Audio, which is like Audacity, but it's a very bit more basic than Audacity. Seems to have like a cleaner interface. So it's Ocean Audio. And we might as well do Rufus as well. Why has it got a VB Rufus XP set up? I'm not sure. Let's try that anyway. To install VirtualBox requires adding VirtualBox contrib. Oh, so it's no. Let's go no. So Rufus is part of VirtualBox. So I'd have to think that what that's going to do is that's going to install VirtualBox and run Rufus under a VirtualBox, maybe. Then you've got a USB you have to set up as well within the VirtualBox if you want to use Rufus. But I'm not sure why you'd want Rufus within a VirtualBox when you've got so many good disk writers these days, to be honest. I mean, just in here alone, you've got GNOME disks. And GNOME disks you can use to write an ISO to USB. You've got Etcher, which is just as good. So you've got Balena Etcher, which works really well, and it's available for Linux, Windows, Mac. So it's a cross-platform USB image writer. So that's a good one. And if we go to Discover, I'm not sure if it's in the repos or not, but let's just check it out real quick. Applications, and look for Mint Stick. It's not there. And then in Ubuntu, you've got the Startup Disk Creator, which actually works quite well as well. So let's Startup Disk Disk Manager, Disk Creator. Let's see if we can find that. No. I think it's called USB Creator -GTK. It doesn't look like it's in these repos. So, yes, it's an Ubuntu thing, so it won't be in the Debian repos, will it? That's why I can't find it. But Etcher will do you just fine. So under installed here, we double click that and it shows us what we have installed under the advanced. And then we've got the source. So we've got Ocean Audio, it's a .deb file, and Play on Linux, Wine, and so forth there. So that's pretty handy if you're very keen to use Microsoft Office in Linux. That's quite a handy little install, and it's nice to have someone to be able to provide a Play on Linux / Wine application that works straight out of the box on Linux. That's quite good. Diamond Linux itself, yeah, it's based on what is it? LSB_release, I think it is. -A. So it's Debian 10 Buster. Okay, so it's based on Buster. So what kernel is it using? The 4.19. Yes, did we check out the applications here, what Office he's running here? Okay, so LibreOffice about, so it's running 7.03.1 LibreOffice. That's very interesting. So Diamond Linux is running, I think, a reasonably old version of KDE Plasma, but some of the applications seem to be fairly up to date. What's Firefox running on? 78.7 extended support release, and we've got the Tor browser here as well. So you've got the K3B burning software, audio player, media player. So he's got GIMP installed. Let's have a look at what version GIMP is. GIMP 2.10.8. Sounds fairly current anyway. A GwenView for image viewer. And under internet, you've got Facebook for desktop. Interesting. Never heard of that one before. Facebook for desktop. It's got some interesting things in here. A little bit different from the normal anyway. Connect with your favorite people. So Messenger for desktop. Interesting. So I've got this software management called APA. I'm not quite sure what that is. What's this do? GNOME desktop. Multimedia. So this is the groups. Admin tools. Communication. Development. So you've got the option to install over here any of these applications. So it looks like there's quite a fair bit there. Android debug. So this must be some tools, I don't know, development tools obviously for developers who are doing their work on here. So that's really interesting. KDE desktop. GNOME desktop. Burner. Calendar for GNOME. Electronics. What's that one? Yeah, I'm not really sure what all these small applications are. I don't think they're dependencies. I think they're just all small applications that you could use if you need. It seems to have been broken down into the smaller things that you may need. It's games. Graphics. Deep in color picker. Deep in image viewer. So they've got some sort of repository to get certain applications from other different desktops. Very interesting. This is graphics, Inkscape, internet. What have we got under internet? So under the surface, Diamond Linux looks like it's just a very bland, plain desktop. But it does have a couple of really good options within Diamond Linux, I must say. Especially this APA here. Multimedia. Amarok. Audacity. Audio tag tool. There's some settings here. What are the settings? Software origins. Buster updates, Jesse main, stretch, Wheezy. Interesting indeed. General settings. Other desktops, so you can install other desktops. Cinnamon Session Common. Compiz plugins. Compiz Fusion. This is very interesting indeed. They've got quite a lot of good stuff in here. GR Sync. I've heard somebody the other day talking about GR Sync's quite a good program. Others, what have we got under others? Budgie Showtime applet, so you can install the Budgie. Yeah, I'm not sure how they work under here. You'd have to install the Budgie desktop, no doubt. I'd have to think. Debian installer, publishing, Abbey Word. Bear Factory, Calibra ebook viewer. Okay, so that's all that sort of stuff there. System. So yes, very interesting application is APA, I must say. Got some very interesting things in there. A lot of stuff you can install. I'm mainly new to this. I'm not quite sure exactly how all that works, but quite interesting indeed. I'm not quite sure why you would run Rufus under VirtualBox. So it's got some information here. Rufus, yeah, rufus.ie. That's their website for the normal Rufus. It's a shame it didn't run. I thought that might have been running under Wine. Yeah, but it's definitely VirtualBox. It probably installs VirtualBox and the application. It probably gives you a desktop shortcut, no doubt, that opens Rufus up in VirtualBox or something like that. That's very interesting. Anyway, that was Diamond Linux. If you wanted to have a lot further look around, head over to Life and My Linux Journeys and see Dennis over there, and he's got quite an extensive video that shows the complete install and a complete look around of the desktop. I just thought I'd take a look at this advanced, and the Apple was just a bonus there, because I didn't even know that existed, to be honest. So that's it for Diamond Linux TT. Hope you enjoyed the video, hope you found it interesting and informative, and thanks for watching.